perspective, Anshu, it will be great to get some sense from you on the man of the moment in terms of moving everything towards online. So how are you seeing the online space? And you do a lot of online to offline as well. So how is that space evolving, and is that showing a somber picture, or is the festivities abound?
Yeah, sure, Anurag. And let me just start by a brief 30-second introduction for what we do. We drive discovery and savings for retail. We do that across online, offline, large retailers, small retailers, home delivery, walk into a store. And a lot of what we have seen that has happened in the last 6 months or so is that the retail ecosystem has fundamentally just shifted a lot more towards online. Of course, technology enables all of that. Like, to give you one number, that we were driving close to $1 billion of GMV through our system to different retail institutions in the country, and primarily in the top 10 cities. That's where most of our focus is. And around 25% of that was online. In the last 6 months, that's transitioned from being 25% online to almost 70% online. Now, what that means, and this is not just moving towards, let's say, the big guys, Amazon, the Flipkarts of the world. This is a lot of offline retailers bringing on very strong online strategies to play. And a lot of our businesses around the small merchants, we have enabled a lot of them to accept online orders, and we are seeing close to 60% of them getting online orders now, where there weren't any some time back. But then also large retailers across industries, fashion, apparel, even grocery, using a more omni-channel strategy, which was always something they wanted to do, but coming up with their direct-to-consumer initiative. And then a bunch of direct-to-consumer brands itself launching in the last 6 months. So I think this combination of offline retailers, large ones going online, the smaller ones who were never online coming online, D2C brands just coming up, FMCG brands opening their online fronts. I think all of these pieces have led to this transition. And as we were discussing just before, right, what this has done is all our technology roadmaps have got accelerated in the last few months. I think that's the comment on what is technology doing. It's fundamentally shifting the market, and some of these changes are permanent. Now, the other point around consumer sentiment, clearly the first reaction was to say, how can I be safe? And thus, the transition of the essential categories happened towards more online channels. But the consumer sentiment now, and especially in the last 2-3 months, is to go back and experience what they have missed out on. Because life is meant for so many more things, and retail is not just essentials, right? Retail experience itself is very important. And we've seen our footfall business led by F&B and fashion, both of these categories almost doubling in the last month. So towards the end of September, we started to see this uptick, and it's continued in October. There was a share shift because of Navratra, of food taking a little bit of dip in that week, but then fashion continuing to grow. And then the last week of October, we've seen again a very strong reversal towards offline. So my sense is that while there's a shift that's happened towards technology, now we are seeing a very broad-based and wholesome demand come back for people wanting to go out and experience retail as well. And that's very exciting. We measure our business in terms of how soon can we get people back to where they were, different retailers across different parts of the world and different parts of the retail ecosystem. And our sense is that F&B and fashion, the two categories which were hit most by this, they should see a complete recovery happen by the December cycle. And we are seeing most of these curves are kind of moving in that direction.
Interesting. So you're saying it's not just the essentials, not just grocery. It's even categories like QSR and fashion and art. And I know QSR you largely count as essentials, but are those coming back as well? You're seeing shift towards those the online to offline is building up as well.
Yeah, I think so. So grocery, pharmacy, those never took as much of a hit. The categories that took a hit, those are very strongly coming back